And welcome to Simon Field. High school baseball's underway for a Thursday afternoon. It's the DC Everest home opener against the team that would be the favorite here in the Wisconsin Valley Conference, Stevens Point. Everest and SPASH. First pitch about 5 minutes from now. Let's beat the batting order and starting lineup for the visiting SPASH Panthers, who beat the Evergreens 11-0 on Tuesday up at Buchholz Park. Leading off in left field is Jackson Fox. Batting second is the second baseman, Cale Roth. The center fielder, Bennett Klisch, will bat third. Catcher, Deacon Kolbach, hits fourth. Right fielder, Braylon Nystrom, will hit fifth. Designated hitter, Ben Fonte, will hit sixth. He'll hit in the spot of Ty Reckner, the starting pitcher. Batting seventh, is the third baseman, Max Kruger. The shortstop, Carl Beekler, will bat eighth, and Caleb Meyer, the first baseman, bats ninth. Again, for SPASH, they've won all three of their games so far. Fox, Roth, Klisch, Kolbach, Nystrom, Fonte, Kruger, Beekler, and Meyer. For the Evergreens, Kyler Soppe will lead off. He's their shortstop. Logan George plays third base today. He'll bat second. Preston Miller's in center field, batting third. The DH is Caden Bangstrom, and Bangstrom will hit for the left fielder, Logan Ebersol. Pitcher Nate Langman will hit for himself and will bat fifth. Andrew Cotter, the catcher, will bat sixth. Jake Versimak's in right field seventh. Noah Shimolewski's the first baseman eighth. And the second baseman, Pearson McDonald, will bat ninth. Again, for the homestanding Evergreens, Soppe, George, Miller, Bangston, Langman, Cotter, Versimak, Shimolewski, and McDonald. SPASH led 1-0 and then led 3-0 into the Tuesday game, then pushed across 8 runs in the fourth inning and put the game out of reach. The Evergreens managed only 3 hits. They were back-to-back-to-back singles in the home half of the fifth. Evergreens made an out at third base that probably cost them a run in that game. Now the teams come out to their respective foul lines. We'll tell you a little about that in just a moment as we rise for the national anthem. Nate Langman. Should be a good pitched ball game. The Evergreens send their ace. We'll be back with the first pitch, DC Everest and SPASH, when we come right back after these messages on Zaleski Sports.
I'm Jamie Schley. As your American Family Insurance agent, I'm looking out for what matters to you, even when nothing is wrong. Give me a call or stop by our new office location, and let's talk about your insurance needs today.
Welcome back to Simon Field, where you might say that we are not quite in mid-season condition. More brown than green as we look out at the outfield. And one of the weird things for today's game, the field is not chalked. The foul lines between the dirt circle at home plate out to first base, there's no foul line there. This has got to be some kind of supply chain problem, that the paint stuff that we use to put that down, they must not have it. And again, further in the outfield, beyond first base and all the way out to the right field foul line, well, come on, we know the umpires just make it up anyway, right? Of course they do. So they'll be doing that again today. As Nate Langman takes his warm-up pitches, let's set the defense behind him. That's Logan Ebersol in left, Preston Miller plays center, Jake Versimak is in right. The Everest infield, Logan George is the third baseman, Kyler Soppe is the shortstop. Pearson McDonald plays second base. He started in the outfield on Tuesday's game, and Noah Shimolewski's at first base. Everest Battery, 2 juniors. That's Andrew Cotter catching and Nate Langbin behind the mound. You can tell it's early in the season already on my scorecard because my spelling is not all that good. I'm correcting Soppe, S-O-P-P-E. Funny how time goes so quickly when you've got a good pitcher. It seems like Nate Langbin was just a freshman a couple of years ago, and he was. Just seems like his time with us is moving quickly. Again, Langbin's got great stuff. The Evergreens saved their ace for the home opener. SPASH banged out 13 hits in a game that came to an end after 5 innings, so SPASH got production from all parts of their lineup. In fact, the bottom part of their lineup, 7, 8, and 9, all hit safely. Ready for baseball, Jackson Fox to lead us off. First pitch from Nate Langbin, lots of velocity, first ball swinging, and it's a hit. Smack past the second baseman and into right field. Jackson Fox is aboard.
Batting second, the second baseman, number 9.
So you watch if that's the approach, if they want SPASH to take their swings early in the count. Here comes Cale Roth. Lefty batter, righty thrower. Evergreens play the third baseman, Logan George, a step in on the grass in case the bunt is on here. It is, and it's pulled back. Ball 1. You know, we always have to have something to complain about with the weather. It's windy today. If it wasn't a windy day, we'd be complaining that it's too hot. Up near 80 for first pitch. Looking to bunt again, strike at the knees, 1-1. So again, SPASH, knowing Langbin's quality, looks like they're willing to play small in the early innings, try to move that runner over to second if Cale Roth can get the bunt down. Just underway if you're just joining us, if you're a SPASH fan or an Everest fan. Glad to have you with us on our Zaleski Sports feed. Bunt is off there, swing and a miss. Ball and 2 strikes. Langbin sure could help himself with a strikeout early. Coming home at a ball and 2 strikes. Down low, bounces away from the catcher, runners going, takes second base. Runner was in motion as that pitch was coming. I don't think that's a wild pitch. I think I would score that a stolen base. Checking with the baseball jury that gathers here in the press box, and we are in agreement. Stolen base for Jackson Fox, who's now down at second. So Cale Roth would love some kind of contact, get that runner over to third here. And puts the ball in play. Shortstop Soppe behind the bag, got him, close play, safe. Infield hit. Runners to first and third. So SPASH pushed a run across in the first inning of Tuesday's game, and they're threatening here. Bennett Klisch, who plays a great defensive center field. Nobody out, runners on the corners, so SPASH has all kinds of possibilities here. Strike 1 on the outside corner. We thank our game day sponsors for the coverage of high school baseball this spring. Era Pancakes, Merrill Iron and Steel, and the Jamie Schley American Family Insurance Agency. So the first out's a little elusive here in the first inning. Evergreens play back at double play depth. Runner is going. Ball's in play to the shortstop Soppe. The only play to first. They get the out there. Run scores. SPASH will play from in front this afternoon. See, a lot of times good things happen when the hit and run's on. Klisch has to swing the bat, put the ball in play, and a run comes in. Here's Deacon Kobach. A run in and a man on second. So Nate Langman wants to get out of this first inning with only one run across. Checks that runner at second, coming home. Strike at the knees. You know, obviously in the early part of each game, we try and judge how's the strike zone going to be. And it looks like that low pitch is in play. Sure would work for both of the pitchers' advantages today. But not many pitches thrown so far. A small sample. Strike two. Bender comes in. No balls, 2 strikes. Simon Field looks a little bit different as we are playing here for the first time this year, the home of the Evergreens. The Evergreens have 2 nice memorial monuments behind the bleachers in the home plate area. And they were shaded by pine trees, which have been cut down. The pine trees were not doing all that well the last couple of years. In fact, one of them, a wire, was holding it up. Kobach stays alive, so the pine trees have been removed. I imagine that they'll be replaced with some kind of landscaping, but that was always a nice feature at Simon Field. Everest players who have made the big leagues are on one of the plaques, and Everest players who have passed on are memorialized on one of the other. I think we might do better with shrubbery back there. We'll see. No balls, 2 strikes. Coming home. Strike 3 called, and Deacon Kobach is retired. There's the second out. Here's Braylon Nystrom trying to pick up that runner at second base.
Number 7, Braylon Nystrom.
You know, in the next year or two, this whole part of the Everest Athletic Complex is going to look different. I mean, they're building what's going to be the Everest Dome beyond left field. They've already taken out the JV tennis courts that were there. The tennis courts will be moved beyond the center field outfield wall here. So they're being put back. So pitch is up high, ball 1. So during the spring months, there'll be times that we'll be playing baseball and there'll be tennis, or perhaps even some construction around us. 1-0 pitch is up and in, 2 balls, no strikes. If the inning continues, Ben Fonte, the DH, will hit. And what is it about these Panthers? Year after year, they seem to be the best of the big schools in central Wisconsin. Swing and a miss at the high, hard one. 2 balls and a strike. Short lead for that runner at second. 2-1 pitch. Hit off the plate, foul, 2-2. So now Nate Langman, after surrendering 2 earlier hits, is 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning with only 1 run charged against him. Nate steps off, looks that runner back. Again, Cale Roth's not going to do anything fancy here. Wants to stay close enough, doesn't want to make it out on the bases. Wants to score and a hit to the outfield. 2-2 pitch. Checked his swing. Did he go too far? An appeal? No, sir. Boy, Nate Langman was 3 steps towards the dugout. Can't believe that wasn't a called strike 3. So to Nate Langman's thinking, he's got to get a 4th strike in this sequence. That was close. Umpires are closer to it than we are. I know that our officials sometimes check out our Zaleski Sports broadcast too. You're always evaluating, aren't you? There's strike 3 on the outside corner. Nate Langman battles back and strikes out the last 2 batters that he sees. SPASH gets 1 run in on 2 hits. They leave a man at second. Half inning complete. Stevens Point 1, DC Everest coming up on Zaleski Sports.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
We said we're growing, and we are. Come join the Crystal Finishing family. We're looking for experienced industrial maintenance mechanics, CNC fabricators, all driver positions for our freight team, as well as skilled and general production. We know the importance of a work and life balance. Our shift options and flexible schedules set us apart. Our pay ranges from $17 to $43 per hour depending on your skill level. We're proud to be a family-owned company that is committed to our community, team members, and the growth of our business. Call or jump on our website to learn more.
When the last thing you need to happen does. One of our 16 mobile service trucks from Sherrill Tire and Service Center can keep you rolling and growing. Sherrill Tire and Service Center, your locally owned farm tire specialist.
Sherrill Tire and Service, keep growing and rolling with us.
Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
As righty Ty Rechner takes his warm-up tosses, he's a junior. Let's set the Stevens Point defense behind him. In the outfield, Jackson Fox in left. Bennett Klisch is in center. Ben Nystrom is in right. The infield, Max Kruger is the third baseman. Carl Beekler plays shortstop. Cale Roth is the second baseman, and Caleb Meyer is at first. Deacon Kobach catches. And Ty Rechner, again, on the roster, he's listed as a junior. He looks like he could be a junior in college. He's got that beard, which makes everyone look older. We were joking, too, on Tuesday that it seems like some of these SPASH players, because SPASH has a couple of players who are playing as underclassmen, so it seems like they're staying here forever. And SPASH really is not a senior-based team this year. Yet, like always, they've got lots of pitching. And SPASH year after year can hit. What more could you want? I mean, in high school baseball in Wisconsin, no one has enough pitching. You wind up playing doubleheaders and makeup games. There's always going to be a time you're going to have someone pitching that you'd rather not pitch. Here's Kyler Soppe to lead off the Evergreens. Doesn't offer, but it's a call strike on the inside corner. So you see that Ty Rechner has pretty good velocity. I wonder about the pitching for the Evergreens. Again, Nate Langman, he's a star. Who do you have behind him? Soppe can pitch a little bit. You may see him in relief before the game's done. Outside, a ball and a strike. Saw a little of Preston Miller. Worked a couple of innings. Pitched Tuesday's game. Down low. Soppe's got a very good eye. Gets a lot of walks over the course of the year. 2-1. Bends him back, 3 balls and a strike. When I did the game on the radios, Soppe would find the clips of all of his hits. He would post them on social media. That was always cute. We joked about that over the years. Again, now we've got the video to go with them. Doesn't have to depend on how I'm describing it. See it for yourself. Strike at the knees. Yeah, that low pitch there right at the hollows is going to be a strike today. 3-2. Rechner working to Soppe here in the bottom of the first. Swing and a miss. So Rechner battles back and gets the strikeout. Baseball is brought to you by Stone Innovations. Stone Innovations can give you a brand new kitchen within just a week. Countertops, backsplashes, flooring, cabinets, everything else you need to find in your kitchen. Stone Innovations takes care of it all from fabrication, design, and installation. For your next kitchen or bathroom, look to Stone Innovations in Plover. Here's Logan George. Swings and misses at a pitch that was down low, probably too low. George had one of the Evergreens' 3 hits on Tuesday. They belong to Caden Bankstrom, Preston Miller, and Logan George. Inside-out swing, fly ball. It's in foul territory down the right field line and out of reach of Ben Nystrom. A long strike 2. I see that next week we have an Everest fast-pitch softball game on Tuesday on Zaleski Sports. The girls' softball team is going to be good this year. Got runs in the 6th inning to beat Wausau West. I was surprised that West was that competitive, to be honest with you. Everest girls are off to a 4-0 start. They're going to compete. They already have a win against Stevens Point in their pocket. Up high, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Addison Cluck is the star of the girls softball team, outstanding pitcher. And she was roughed up for a couple of runs in that game. There's call strike 3. Logan George is out. 2 up and 2 down. Preston Miller will hit. So we are finding out now that no matter what batteries we have from last season, they tend not to last from one year to the next. Our wireless mic is on the fritz. Here's Preston Miller. Swings and misses, strike 1. We are sponsored today by Nicolet Bank, offering personal banking at its best. Locations in Stevens Point, Walsall, Colby, Medford, Edgar, and Merrill. Or learn more at nicoletbank.com. Nice day for baseball. 0-1 pitch. Fly ball down the right field line. Drifting into foul territory, there's room there for Ben Nystrom, and the Evergreens go in order in their half of the first inning. SPASH 1, DC Everest nothing. Back after these messages on Zaleski Sports.
Grassland Dairy Products is your match for an exciting new career today. Go to grassland.com to see the opportunities waiting for you. Browse through careers like CDL truck driver, shipping and receiving, line tech, quality assurance, forklift, maintenance tech, inventory associates, and more. Great compensation, weekly pay, and zero premium, company paid health, dental, and life. Apply now at grassland.com or in person at Grassland Dairy Products, Fairground Avenue, just south of Greenwood.
At Express Employment Professionals, we place people from all walks of life in all kinds of jobs.
Hi, welcome to Express. Please sign in and have a seat.
Great, thanks. Great, thanks. Great, thanks. Great, thanks.
Top of the second is on. SPASH leads 1-0, and they'll send 6, 7, and 8 in their batting order to hit. Ben Fonte, Max Kruger, and Carl Beekler.
Leading off in the top of the second inning, designated hitter 34, Ben Fonte.
I see here in the press box we have done away with the wireless microphone. Batteries don't carry over from one season to the next. They just don't. So we have gone back to the desk microphone, which I think dates back to the 1950s. Fonte takes strike 1. We've seen some of Nate Langbin's games earlier. He's been touched up for a run or two early and then buckles down after that. Just feels like this is going to have to be one of those games. Strike 2. Yeah, because Nate Langbin's got such good velocity, one of the things you want to teach him to do is pound the strike zone. Find that groove on the outside half of the plate, make a living there. Swing and a miss. Fonte sees just 3 pitches, and he's the third strikeout victim for Langbin.
Third baseman, 20.
Here's Max Kruger. In the 8-run batting around 4th inning on Tuesday, SPASH had back-to-back-to-back doubles, just well-hit, hard balls, all deep to the outfield. Kruger had one of them, if memory serves. Nope, beg your pardon, he did not. Off the plate, 2-3, throw across the diamond, got him. Good play from Logan George. George was sure-handed. There's the second out of the inning.
Batting 8, shortstop.
Here's Carl Beekler.
Carl Beekler.
Evergreens are playing again tomorrow. They are on the road at Carson Park against Eau Claire North. And you know what? That is a Zaleski sports game. It's not my crew that'll be over there, but we actually have We have one set. We have an announcer and a producer for Zaleski Sports that covers the Eau Claire schools. So that game will be available if you're not making the drive over to Eau Claire, sparing yourself, the hour-and-a-half drive. Hit on the ground to second. Sure-handed and throwing it over is Pearson McDonald. That's a 3-up, 3-down inning. So much improved in the second for the Evergreen's Nate Langman. Langman is now retired 6 in a row. We'll go to the bottom of the second when we come right back on Zaleski Sports.
What Heartland Farms is a large potato and vegetable operation. Who Heartland Farms is a group of hardworking, dedicated people who have a common vision.
Heartland Farms is an accumulation of individuals who came from family farm backgrounds, grew up on family farms, and now have come together as one larger team to own and manage a much larger farm enterprise.
Winter's coming fast, which means it's time to hit the trails. Bill's Service Center has all things you need to stay warm and dry on the trails this winter. With a full selection of jackets, bibs, helmets, boots, casual wear. And don't forget that Bill's is your chainsaw safety gear headquarters. Bill's Service Center is your one-stop connection for all your cold weather riding gear.
Don't freeze your jingle bells off. Get your cold weather riding gear at Bill's Service Center. Bill's Service Center, where the adventure begins.
We're back at Simon Field on a very pleasant Thursday afternoon. Evergreen's come in with a 1-1 record. The loss Tuesday to SPASH 11-0 wasn't very pretty. Evergreen's had a 7-5 win at La Crosse Logan. Beg your pardon, they're down at Janesville Logan. Janesville Logan? Yes. That was a 7-5 win. Here's Caden Bangston, who is DHing for Logan Ebersol, who's playing left today. Bangston to lead us off here in the bottom of the second. Righty to righty, coming home, swing and fouled off, strike one. Swing and a miss there. No balls and 2 strikes. Just looks like the Evergreens are not going to have much against Ty Retschler. Just another one of the good pitchers in what just seems like a cupboard of pitchers from one year to the next from SPASH. Deep pitching, sure, that's one of the keys to winning baseball, you bet. Outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pitcher in control here at a ball and 2 strikes. Popped up. It's on the infield. Pitcher is calling. Now the catcher, and it goes in between the two of them. Confusion. Yeah, the pitcher's got to back off on that and let Deacon Kobach, the catcher, play it. It's the weirdest of hits for the Evergreens. It's got to be scored a hit. It didn't touch anyone. Right. Certainly a mental error. Looked like a line drive at the end of the year. Here's Nate Langman looking to help himself. Come on, Nate, hit one out to right and give yourself a lead here. Down low, ball 1. This is different. You know, Nate Langman last year was almost always DH'd for when he was pitching. Yeah, I mean, as Nate progresses through his baseball career, he'll be hitting less and less. They'll want him to focus more on his throwing. Ball and no strikes. Inside out swing to right field. Reaching up and catching. The runner strayed far away, back in time, just barely. Caden Bangston was almost thrown out. He thought that was going to be a hit and was almost all the way to second base. Had to scurry back to first.
Catcher, 24.
Here's Andrew Cotter. Cotter takes a long look down to Coach Dave Langman in the third base coaching box. Lefty at the plate. Strike one. Ty Rechner for a high school pitcher works kind of slow. And you know what? You're more aware of it because Major League Baseball, you watch that on television or listen to it on the radio, all the pitchers are rushed now that we have the pitch clock. Throw over to first, runners back. A lot of people have asked me, Chris, how do you like the new rules? And you know what? The new rules don't really bother me at all. Still baseball. And some of the major league pitchers in recent years had just been pitching at a glacial pace. And something that takes that out of the game is probably a good thing. 1 ball and 1 strike. But yeah, Ty Rechner, if he was playing at a level of baseball where a clock was ticking on him, he'd get towards the back end of the clock. Throw over to first, runner is back.
No, I think mound visits are still the same. But you could, yeah, I think they're still the same as 5. Is it for a whole game, I think?
Shift is no longer a part of big league baseball. Or maybe. Put an asterisk by that. Just outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. I see that the Kansas City Royals have been playing some batters with a 2-man outfield and have been moving their right fielder into the area between first and second. They'll do the analytics on that and see if that continues to be okay or not. Just with 2 outfielders, that's a lot of territory to cover. Here it's 2 balls and 1 strike to Cotter. Swings at one that was going to be a ball. Instead, the count evens at 2-2. I see that the weather's going to get cold again before the weekend is out. Oh well, it's April in Wisconsin. One out and a man on first. Faked like he was going and then retreats. Down low, count is full. Imperial Industries says when you join the team at Imperial Industries, you're joining a family. The leading manufacturer of welded tanks and silos, vacuum trucks and tanks. Apply today. Take advantage of an extensive benefits package, competitive pay, and a family atmosphere. Imperial Industries. Throw over to first. Runner is back. I think the Evergreens would do anything they can to get that man into scoring position. Waiting still now on a 3-2 pitch. Ball is lifted in foul territory down the left field side. And there's a play made over there for the second out.
Batting 7th right fielder. 4.
Max Krieger, just out of the range of our Zaleski Sports cameras, made the catch down the third base side in foul territory. 1 out, and Jake Versimak will hit. On the outside corner strike, delayed steal down to second, safe. Caden Bangstrom does get himself into scoring position after all. Can the Evergreens get a hit to the outfield, tie this game up? Let's see. Culligan Water says for just $9.95 a month for the first 3 months, you can get Culligan Water. Visit online Sterling Culligan Water, their website CulliganH2O.com. That's CulliganH2O.com. Counts no balls and 1 strike. Took something off, way out in front. No balls, 2 strikes. Yeah, Jake looks like he's geared for fastball. One nothing game, bottom of the second. Versimak waits the 0-2 pitch. Down low, lays off. Caden Bangstrom's got okay speed at second. He'd score on a hit to the outfield, I think. 1-2 pitch. Inside, 2-2. Ty Rechner kind of held his stare there like he thought that was a pretty good pitch. I agree. Coming home at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Called on the outside corner. No, that's wide. So Rechner has nibbled both at the inside and outside parts of the plate, and now the count has gone full. Noah Shimolewski will hit if the inning continues. Runner will get a head start at second base. He'll be off with the pitch. 3-2, and it's ball 4. Runner had to scurry back to second base.
Batting 8, first baseman, 12, Noah Shimolewski.
Well, let's see what Noah can do. Left-handed bat, hits in the number 8 hole for the Evergreens. The wind, which had been blowing out to right, is now kind of blowing in. Noah takes a strike. All of this because of a dropped ball in the infield. Catcher and pitcher couldn't decide who was going to field it, and it bounced in between them. That let Caden Bangstrom get to first base. Stole second. Now the Evergreens have Versimac aboard thanks to a walk. Popped up behind home plate. Catcher's looking. Does he have a play? Nope. Right up in front of us. As I say, from one year to the next, I am the defending champion Gold Glove announcer. Anything that comes up here, I've got my hands on. I don't need to bring my glove to the game either. Shimolewski's down in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Steps off and looks the runner back to second. I don't know, at no balls and 2 strikes, I think I'm focused on what's going on at home plate. Get strike 3, get this inning over. No balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. That's up high, 1-2. During this very long time between innings, I'm kind of looking at Coach Dave Langbin's between-inning music playlist. This is a fly ball that may end the inning. Shortstop going back, calling. Now gives way to the center fielder. Bennett Klisch makes the catch, and there's the 3rd out. More on the music that you hear at the ballpark when we come back. The Evergreens threaten but don't score. 2 innings complete. SPASH 1, DC Everest nothing on Zaleski Sports.
Elite Auto Care is a family-owned business providing top-notch car care to the Schofield, Weston, and Wausau area. They deliver honest and professional automotive repair and maintenance services with quality ASE certified technicians that you can trust. Elite Auto Care offers the latest technology and is equipped to handle all major and minor repairs on both foreign and domestic vehicles. From general maintenance, air conditioning and brakes to exhaust, axle repair, tires, or just a simple oil change. Turn to Elite Auto Care, your local family-owned auto business on Schofield Avenue in Schofield.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
Third inning is on at Simon Field. I'm Chris Conley. SPASH on the bat, and they lead 1-0. Here's Caleb Meyer, 8-1-2 to hit for SPASH here. Nate Langman allowed the first 2 batters he faced, both singled, and has not allowed anything since. Fouled off the plate, strike 1. So Coach Dave Langman each year refreshes the between innings and the pregame and postgame music list. And Coach Dave Langman favors a lot of country stuff. There are some songs that have been on the playlist forever. The outfield, Your Love, has been on our playlist forever and ever. Heard at many ballparks. Ball and a strike. Coach Langman must be the last remaining fan of Dexy's Midnight Runners, because Come On Eileen has been on our Between Innings playlist for years. So is Glenn Campbell's Rhinestone Cowboy. Comes back with strike 2, 1 ball and 2 strikes. And whenever a weird or racy song comes on, Coach Langman will say that's his daughters. Coach Langman's twin daughters apparently have some input in what the between inning playlist is like. Swing and a miss. There's a 4th strikeout for Nate Langman. Here's Jackson Fox, who singled and scored the game's only run. I'm trying to think, the Langman twins, who both played soccer for DC Everest, I wonder if they're done with college yet. Could they be 4 years removed from graduating from high school? They might be. Fox checks his swing. They'll appeal down to first. Did not go. Okay. Nate Langman looked over at the first base umpire and looked like I'm not sure if he said something, but he was demonstrative. There's a strike, 1 ball and 1 strike here. Auto Select of Weston on Schofield Avenue has been providing dependable vehicle repair, service, and tires for 22 years. A 3-year nationwide warranty and free roadside assistance. At Auto Select, you're good to go. Strike 2 there. Auto Select is on Schofield Avenue in Weston. We thank them for sponsoring our Zaleski Spring Sports coverage. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Going to have to throw down to first. And that will retire Jackson Fox. 2 strikeouts for the first 2 batters here in the 3rd inning, and 5 Ks overall for Nate Langman against no walks. You know, one of the challenges for Nate is to not get frustrated. I mean, it's 1-0. You could almost see this game ending at 1-0. That Evergreen's going to have, it's going to be hard for them to score runs. And just have to do what you can control. There's the low strike. That's been called consistently so far this afternoon. This ball is popped up on the infield. First baseman calling. A little bit of confusion here. It is the first baseman, Noah Shimolewski, who makes the catch. And it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. Nate Langman, quick work for SPASH in the top of the 3rd. Evergreen's coming up in the bottom of 3 when we come back on Zaleski Sports.
For years, our Store Innovations customers told us they love our countertops, but only wanted to deal with one company for their entire kitchen project. Well, we've heard you. So now Store Innovations can give you a brand new kitchen with the same high quality products, selection, expertise we've been giving you for years. And now we can give you that brand new kitchen in just 1 week. After sitting down with our designers, picking out cabinets, countertops, and flooring, it will only take us 1 week to install everything. Stone Innovations, new kitchens in just 1 week.
Evergreens have 9-1-2 coming up in the bottom of the 3rd, needing to find a run that SPASH pushed across in the 1st inning. Pearson McDonald will lead off for Everest. Again, Ty Rechner just hasn't given Everest much to work with. Evergreens have not made solid contact against him so far in the ballgame. Joking up here that Born in the USA heard in between innings, which we also think is a favorite on the Dave Langbin playlist. We see that Bruce Springsteen's Glory Days, again, it's a song with baseball references in it. Remember, he could throw that speedball by you, make you look like a fool. Home plate umpire is adjusting his mask. Not ready here until blue is struck in. There we go. Strike one. McDonald was in the outfield Tuesday. Moves over to second base today. Deep in the hole at short. There's going to be an across the diamond throw. That's a nice play there by Carl Beekler. Beekler had it on the backhand side, planted and made a strong throw across to get Pearson McDonald. Here's Kyler Soppe ready to take his turn. Kyler struck out first time. Got a nice crowd here. Got fans behind home plate in the bleachers. And the Everest fans gather up the third base line beyond the batting cages and beyond the bullpen. Outside, ball one to Soppe. Evergreens only had base running traffic in the second inning. Infield hit and a walk. Runner would get no further than second base. Soppe fouls that one back. Wind's blowing out to right again. Wind's been an off and on thing so far today. Kind of keeps us a little bit cool on a day in the 80s. Soppe did not catch up to the fastball and tipped it back to the catcher's mitt. He's down a ball and 2 strikes. Mutual of Wausau Insurance has been protecting homes, farms, and businesses since 1875. Visit mutualofwausau.com. Find an agent near you. Mutualofwausau.com. It's fouled back. You know, beyond the visitors' dugout, across Jelnick Avenue is the big white house where a lot of foul balls over the course of the season land in their yard. In fact, I see someone in the driveway there. Fouled off again. So Soppe is a tough customer. Yes, over the years, a lot of baseballs have been retrieved from the front yard of the White House across the street. And this year, it looks as though the netting down the first base line has been repaired, so not as much as getting through and into the road. Soppe takes, and the count goes full. Sponsored by Elite Auto Care. That's where Schofield, Weston, and Wausau turn for local, family-owned auto service you can trust. Major and minor repairs, foreign and domestic vehicles. Look to Elite Auto Care. Schofield Avenue, Schofield. Count's full. 1 out, nobody on. Fly down the first base line. Fouled ball, no room. Up against the fence and out of play. So Soppe, who's in the Work the Count Hall of Fame, will get to see more pitches. Three-two again. Ty Rechner is batting with the Evergreens' most reliable hitter, Kyler Soppe. Just outside. Soppe works out a 1-out walk. Close.
Baseman 7, Logan George.
Logan George with 1 out and a man aboard. I mean, if the Evergreens can tie this thing up in the middle innings, then it turns into an interesting afternoon of baseball. Sure does. First ball swinging, it's popped up on the infield. Second baseman now gives way to the right fielder. Ben Nystrom makes the catch. George, first ball swinging, sees just one in the at-bat, and he's the second out.
Preston Miller.
Here's Preston Miller. I'll bet you a donut that somewhere early in the Miller at-bat, Soppy's going to try and steal second. I see, looking off to my right, no takers on that bet.
I won't take you that bet. No.
Right. Right. The Evergreens will do anything to get Soppy, who's got good speed, into scoring position. Got a big lead there at first base. Throwing over, runners back. Miller flied out in foul ground down the right field side. His first time up, he's 0 for 1. And Miller asks for time. Again, this is some of the cat and mouse game that Major League Baseball is trying to eliminate. Yeah, Rechner was set forever. And then Miller asked for time, and it was granted. Runners going. Checked his swing. It's a ball. Throw down to second. Safe. The Evergreens, for a second time today, have a runner in scoring position. One ball and no strikes to hitter's spot for Preston Miller, trying to pick up Soppy, who's now at second base. There's a strike, 1-1. Foundation Finance says now is your chance to work with a company that understands growth. They've grown every year since they started in 2012 with great full-time and part-time positions. Start a job making the money you need with flexible scheduling, a close-knit, fun-loving group, full-time benefits that start from day one. Hit on the ground to second. And the inning comes to a close. The Evergreens threaten but cannot score. Cale Roth throws out Preston Miller. 3 complete. Still SPASH 1, DC Everest nothing on Zaleski Sports.
At Nicolay Bank, we believe that our hometown communities are the backbone of what makes Wisconsin special. From Crivets to Manitowoc and Algoma to Grand Chute, you see a thriving community with Nicolay Bank working as a partner, acting not as a corporation, but a community. When we serve together with local entrepreneurs and leaders, great things happen. That is our guiding principle. A strong and successful hometown means a strong and successful Wisconsin. We are proud to be a part of that. Nicolay Bank. Real people, real conversations.
Thank you for helping Abbey Bank become the most highly recommended community bank.
Thank you to all of our customers for helping us be successful.
Thank you for putting your trust in us.
Thank you for your loyalty.
Thank you for helping us support our communities.
We are grateful for customers like you.
Thank you to all of our customers. We hope to see you soon.
Nate Langman's got to go through the heart of the SPASH order again here in the top of the fourth. 3, 4, and 5 will hit. That's Bennett Klisch, Deacon Kobach, and Braylon Nystrom. Combined, they're in 0 for 3 so far today. Again, the mission's really simple here for Nate Langman. Got to keep this a one-run game. Klisch grounded out to short his first time. His first ball swinging, bounced foul. Is that Craig Terpstra there at the third base coach? Yep. Had a chance to speak with Coach Terpstra after the SPASH 11-0 win on Tuesday. Nice conversation on the field to wrap up our Zaleski Sports coverage that day. Again, winning makes everybody happy and friendly, doesn't it? Sure does. Foul tipped, no balls and 2 strikes. One by one, all of our old friends find their way up to the press box. It's nice. Someone in the back room came away with 2 ice-cold waters. Nice bottled waters. I'm making a note of that. 0-2 pitch. Inside-out swing to third. Logan George across the diamond. Got him. So Bennett Klisch makes outs on the infield in both of his plate appearances so far. Deacon Kobach to hit now. Express Employment Professionals says find your career path with just one phone call to Express Employment Professionals. Locations in Wausau, Stevens Point, Marshfield. Strike 1 at the knees. No matter where you are in central Wisconsin, save yourself some time and find your next employer at expresspros.com. Despite how this game goes, we're still figuring that the Evergreens and Panthers are probably the 2 best teams in the Wisconsin Valley Conference. And I think West and Rapids may have something to say about that. Question is, can the Evergreens piece together some starting pitching beyond Nate Langman? Slow rolling ball to second. This could be close. Got him by a step. Pearson McDonald hustled the ball over. Nate Langman's on a nice stretch here. He's retired the last 11 batters that he's faced. Here's Braylon Nystrom with 2 outs and nobody on. First ball swinging, and this is well hit to left field. Left fielder going back, got some room. That's Ebersol with the catch. Logan Ebersol has a beat on it. Looked better off the bat, kind of hung up there. It's another 3-up, 3-down inning. To the bottom of the 4th, SPASH 1, DC Everest nothing on Zaleski Sports.
When buying or selling land, the biggest decision you make is choosing your representation. Whitetail Properties is the top real estate company for selling hunting land, recreational properties, and farms. Our nationwide network of sportsmen, farmers, and investors offers a great opportunity for you to capitalize on the true market value of your property. In central Wisconsin, Brian Roosh is your local land specialist and is ready to help you get started on all of your property needs.
Fundraising can be a pain. FundraiseLocal.com is the solution. It's a business based in central Wisconsin that can help your school, club, or city organization raise money while helping our local businesses. FundraiseLocal.com is simple, fun, and great for the community with no door-to-door selling or piles of products sitting around the house. If you are an organization looking to fundraise or a small family-owned business looking for a way to grow by selling your gift cards, products, or services, find out more at FundraiseLocal.com. Shop local, fundraise local, be local.
We're back at Simon Field. I'm Chris Conley. Evergreens twice have had runners in scoring position, unable to bring any of them around. Only 1 hit. The hit belongs to Caden Bangstrom, and it was not really a hit. It was popped up on the infield. Catcher and pitcher couldn't decide who was going to catch it. It fell in between the 2 of them. It is scored a hit, but the Evergreens, haven't lined anything to the outfield. So not much contact to speak of against Ty Rechner, who's on to work the 4th. He'll face 4, 5, and 6 in the Everest batting order. It is Caden Bangstrom who has that hit, that kind of hit on the cheap, who will lead off here.
Designated hitter 13, Caden Bankston.
Sponsored by Sutton Transport in Weston, your local family-owned trucking company specializing in next-day LTL delivery and national volume LTL services. Rest assured of getting your freight to its destination safely and timely. Sutton Transport in Weston, they're fueled by 40 years of great service with a personal touch. Caden, his first ball swinging and past the third baseman. There's a well-hit ball. Caden Bangston has both the hits for the Evergreens. Leadoff base runner.
Pitcher 23, Nate Langman.
Nate Langman flied out to right his first time up. See if Nate Langman is asked to put the bunt down, move that runner to scoring position. That is usually how his uncle Dave Langdon plays these spots. And again, at all levels of baseball, trouble doing the fundamentals, getting the sacrifice bunt down. Nate holds his stare down at third base, not wanting to give any sign away. The bunt is not on here, and it's down low, 1 ball and 1 strike. Now the bunt is back on, and it's bunted foul. So this has been kind of a weird at-bat for Nate Langdon. Again, Evergreens play tomorrow against Eau Claire North. They'll be at Carson Park, and there will be Zaleski Sports coverage of that. 4:30 first pitch. See if Bangston, the runner at first, is going here. He's not. Swinging, slow bouncer to the pitcher. The only play is to first base. That does move the runner over. 1 out, man on second, which is the situation the Evergreens wanted. Can Andrew Cotter or Jake Versimak pick up this runner? Get this game tied with a hit to the outfield. Cotter popped out to the third baseman in foul territory behind the bag. Yeah, I'm looking for just some kind of contact. Put the ball in play. Strike 1. Hit column is even at 2-2, so we've seen quality pitching this afternoon's single game. 0-1 pitch. Off the plate and foul. Came back up and hit Andrew Cotter. Yeah, Rechner, who's been stingy, has allowed just 2 hits. Only has 2 strikeouts, 2 walks. Hasn't been overpowering, but the Evergreens just haven't done much with him. It's one of the questions from last year. The Evergreens have a lot of players back. Can they hit enough to be competitive? Take strike 3, and Andrew Cotter has struck out without moving the runner forward. 2 outs. Jake Versimak walked his last time. He'll take his turn now. Fundraise Local says every team needs to fundraise. Keep it local with Fundraise Local. Learn about how your organization can raise money while keeping that money right here in our community. Visit fundraiselocal.com. Shop local, fundraise local, be local. Versimak takes ball 1. See if that neon orange bat can deliver for us here. Looks the runner back. No one was on the bag as Rechner stepped off. To lead off single, and then Rechner has battled back, got the next 2 batters. There's a strike, 1-1. Can the Evergreens finally break through as we play the bottom of the 4th inning in a 1-0 game? Down low, 2 balls and 1 strike. We've said before that low strike has been in play. That was a little too low and off the plate on the outside corner. One of the things you'd want to talk about on both benches, what the home plate umpire's tendencies are, and know that you got to protect on that pitch. 2 balls and a strike. Popped foul behind home plate. 2-2. It is the third inning in a row that the Evergreens have put a runner down at second base. And the Evergreens are 0 for 8 so far today with runners in scoring position. 2-2 pitch. Puts that ball in play. Slow roller to short. And there's not going to be a play there. The inning continues. Carl Beekler, the shortstop, decided not to throw across the diamond. That's probably the right decision. It scored a hit. The inning continues. There are runners on the corners. Here's Noah Shimilewski. And now there will be a little bit of a conference. Noah's a left-handed bat. I don't think we're making a pitching change here. Beekler's pitch count is certainly in order. Heard that earlier in the week, Craig Terpstra, the longtime baseball coach here at SPASH, is no longer coaching, will step away from girls basketball. Girls basketball officials celebrate all across central Wisconsin. I'll tell you this about Coach Terpstra. I mean, he fights for every edge you could possibly get. So, I mean, baseball umpires, basketball officials know that he's working every angle. And in some ways, that makes you not liked. Throw over to first, runners back. With runners on the corners, Terpstra may have come out to his pitcher because you get your whole infield huddled up. May want to talk about how you might handle a double steal in this situation. But, you know, in Stevens Point, if you're the home team and you've got a coach that's battling for every edge, you like that. Yeah, there's the low strike. 0-1. Again, the Evergreens are trying to break through, bring that runner from third around to tie this game. That pitch is not really a strike. That's below the knees. 0-1, there's strike two. There are two outs, runners at first and third. Can sooner or later the Evergreens push a run across? Two outs and the 0-2 pitch coming home. Runners are not going, and there's strike three. Ty Rechner, the SPASH pitcher, wins the battle. He gives up 2 hits, but his shutout is still intact. 4 complete. SPASH 1, DC Everest nothing on Zaleski Sports.
Welding is about strength. The strength of structures and components. Fabrications used to support industries and communities everywhere. The creation of something greater than its separate parts. Welders are creative. Their skills set them apart from the crowd. Start with a problem, feel the heat, make the sparks, become the solution. Manufacturing moves the Midwest and the world. Study welding at North Central Technical College.
Give the Everest pitcher Nate Langman a lot of credit in this game. He was scored on, giving up 2 hits in the first inning. Of course, his team hasn't done much at the plate, so he's done a great job keeping this a 1-0 game. Has retired 12 in a row as we go to the top of the 5th inning. He'll face 6, 7, and 8 in the SPASH batting order. DH Ben Fonte, second baseman Max Kruger, and shortstop Carl Beekler.
Leading off in the top of the 5th inning, designated hitter 34, Ben Fonte.
Ben Fonte hit safely in the Tuesday game. SPASH had 13 hits in that one. Fonte's not the biggest kid, but you can tell disciplined at the plate. Struck out his first time. Strike one. Yeah, Nate Langman has not flinched since that first inning. Done a great job keeping this a 1-0 game. There's strike two. Again, Nate looks like he's got the memo that he can get a strike on that outside corner anytime he wants it. Hard and low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Langdon's got 5 strikeouts, is not allowed a walk. One, two, bounced off the plate. Pitcher's got it, throws over to first. High throw, and down on the bag for the out. Noah Shimolewski, the first baseman, had to go up off the bag and then landed down on it before Ben Fonte got there.
Third baseman, 20.
13 in a row. Here's Max Kruger to hit. Baseball is brought to you by Fleet Farm. Head to Fleet Farm for big savings on Milwaukee tools. Check out their selection of tool kits, tool storage options, and save up to $200. Everything you need in one stop. Get it all at Fleet Farm. Kruger bounced out to third his first time. Strong throw from Logan George to retire him back in the second inning. There's the outside corner. Nope, calling that wide. 2 balls, no strikes. Kruger kind of looks like he's not settled in here at the plate against Nate Langman. Ground ball to short. Big hop for Soppe. Throws across. Got him. Kyler Soppe. Not only good at the plate, solid in the field too. Carl Beekler to hit now.
Carl Beekler.
Two outs and nobody on. And SPASH has not had a base runner since the first inning. We're brought to you by Stewart Optical in Walsall at Union Station. Check out Stewart Optical for all your eyewear and eye care needs. Open 5 days a week with amazing monthly specials, instant savings on contact lenses. Most insurance plans accepted. It's fouled away. Schedule an exam today at Stewart Optical. Ball and a strike. Home opener at Simon Field. Good day for baseball. Warm. Strike makes it a ball and 2 strikes. Down the right field line, foul ball. We said earlier in the game, there's no chalk between where first base all the way out to the... No question that was foul. But if it was closer, we would have a moment. The Evergreens driving by here during one of their practices. I think the Evergreens have a new pitch machine. So the Evergreens have some new stuff when they work out here at Simon Field. 1-2, swing and tipped, tagged, got him. That's 15 in a row now for Nate Langman, who's been rock solid since giving up the run in the first inning. We go to the bottom of the 5th, and SPASH is still trying to make that 1-0 lead stand up on Zaleski Sports.
You know better when you see it.
right, 1, 2, 3.
But sometimes, it's a little harder to tell what better looks like, and you could use a little help.
Thanks, Mom.
Security Health Plan. Everything you need in a health plan. Everything you'd expect from a good neighbor.
I'm Jamie Schley. As your American Family Insurance agent, I'm looking out for what matters to you, even when nothing is wrong. Give me a call or stop by our new office location and let's talk about your insurance needs today.
Nine, 1, and 2, trying to get something going for the Evergreens, trailing 1-0. It's funny, you know, Everest wins against SPASH have been so rare over the years. I forget if it was boys basketball or baseball, but there was one team that the Evergreens hadn't beaten. SPASH had a 17-game winning streak. May have been basketball or may have been baseball. I mean, SPASH is a really good athletic department. It's also a big school, so you get a lot of kids to assemble your teams from.
Second baseman, number 11,
Pearson McDonald grounded out to short his first time. Baseball is sponsored by Camping World in Rothschild, just off I-39, with a huge inventory of new and used RVs, travel trailers, fifth wheels, and campers, along with service, repairs, and maintenance to keep your next vacation getaway running smoothly. Treat yourself to memories that last a lifetime. Camping World off I-39, Rothschild. Mack takes ball 1. That's M-A-C. There's a strike, evens the count at 1-1. There's a pitcher and catcher walking down to the bullpen on the Stevens Point side. I would think, I mean, Ty Rechner's been so good, I'd stick with the righty as long as you can, as long as the pitch count allows. 1-1 pitch, trying to bunt his way on board. Bunts that foul down the first base side. Not a bad idea. Anything to get a base runner. A ball and 2 strikes on Pearson McDonald. And that's away, 2-2. Long set for Ty Rechner. Leg kick and home. And the Evergreens have themselves a hit. Up the middle and into center field. Pearson McDonald is the 4th Evergreen to single in the game. Second inning in a row. Leadoff base runners aboard for Kyler Soppe. Strikeout and a walk. Soppe takes a long look down at first base. Is he going to be asked to sacrifice here? Again, he's the most reliable kid with a bat on the Everest lineup. Big lead at first base, too. Soppe is asked to bunt, and he gets the bunt down. Pitcher's only play is to first get Soppe. Sacrifice bunt. It's just so noteworthy when someone executes the play the right way. Good job, Kyler.
Third baseman, 7, Logan George.
So now you have the best part of your batting order coming up. Logan George, Preston Miller, Caden Bankston. 1 out and a man on second trying to tie this game. Logan George has struck out and flied out to the outfield. Ball 1. When I was younger, I was a horrible Boy Scout. The thing from Boy Scouting that I remember is when the flag is blowing and it's straight out like it is now, that's a 15 to 20 mile per hour wind. It is blowing out to right now. Outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Evergreens come in at 1-1 today. SPASH has won all 3 of their games. Wins over DeForest and Madison East, and then the win Tuesday over the Evergreens, 11-zip. Much different game today. Stepping off, throw over, runner is back. I'm not sure how I'm going to feel if Sunday's temperatures drop down into the 40s. Going to have nice weather tomorrow, so the trip over to Eau Claire is going to be pleasant for these Evergreens. And that's away. 3 balls and no strikes. Rechner's issued only 1 walk. Down low, gets away from the catcher, and the runner will move on to third base. They may try and score. No one's covering the plate. Big turn, and then retreating is Pearson McDonald. Pitcher saw that get away from the catcher. He's got to cover the plate immediately, and he was slow getting there. Coach Dave Langman picked up on that. It was a big turn, and then got him back. First and third. I'm marking that as a pass ball, I think. And we are in agreement up here. For years, Everest coach Dave Langman's father, Dale Langman, was our official scorer, and he was always a pleasure to have here in the press box. In fact, I spoke with his grandson, Nate Langman, before the game began, and he says Grandpa is trying to get some of his health back. He's rehabbing and trying to put on some weight so that he's not as prone to, he's more steady on his feet if he weighs a little more. And Nate reports that the rehab is going well. That's good news. It was very sad to hear since the end of last baseball season that the Langman family, Dale Langman's wife, passed. She had been battling from cancer and died towards the end of last summer as the baseball season was over. And she was the nicest woman and listened to all the games. She would stay here. She'd be in her car with the air conditioning running and would listen to the games on the radio. Well, here, the conference on the mound is over. Evergreens have runners at first and third with 1 out. Big spot for Preston Miller, who's 0 for 2. Double steal possibilities here. Big lead, gets away from the catcher who can't locate the ball. The runner stays at third. Runner was moving from first to second, stolen base. Wow, the Evergreens have trailed in this game since the first inning. A hit to the outfield off Preston Miller's bat could give the Evergreens a lead. Boy, baseball is funny that way. SPASH now draws the infield in with 1 out and runners at second and third. Big spot for Preston Miller, who's ahead in the count. 1 ball, no strikes. There's a strike, 1-1. Boy, punch something past these drawn-in infielders. Change the look of this game right here. 1-1. Looking to bunt, pulls it back. Wow. Would have been what? That'd be the safety squeeze because the runner was going down only halfway and then retreated when there was no contact. Batter didn't offer. 2 balls and 1 strike. Hit to the second baseman, coming home. He's safe. The game is tied. Ball is loose, and a second run will come in. Evergreens take the lead. Fielder's choice and an error on the throw. The Evergreens take the lead on what amounts to an unearned run. Preston Miller put the ball in play. Good things will happen. Miller will get an RBI for bringing in McDonald. Logan George comes in on the throwing error. And boy, the game's got a whole new look here. Evergreens can get more runs. Here's Caden Bankston, who's got 2 hits. Down low. Suddenly 2-1 Evergreens. Both teams have played errorless baseball until that. Evergreen's got to be thinking insurance run here. There's one out and a runner on second. Swing and a miss. Ball and 2 strikes. Nate Langban awaits on deck, and assuming no double play, probably not going to see one with a runner at second. Langban will get a chance to help himself. He'll be the next batter. 1-1 pitch. There's only one out. To third. Bobbled for a moment. Throw across. Got him. There's the second out, and the runner does not advance. Evergreens made 2 outs on the bases back on Tuesday. Don't want any of that today.
23.
Here comes Nate Langban.
Nate Langban.
Crystal Finishing Systems is a family-owned business now hiring for their Weston and Mosinee locations, with openings in manufacturing, fabrication, management, customer service, and more. Join the Crystal Finishing team. Learn more at crystalfinishing.com. Down low, ball 1 to Nate Langban. Nate bounced to the pitcher and flied out to right. 0 for 2 today. I'm assuming that Nate will go back out to work the 6th inning. He's retired the last 15 batters that he's faced when he's been on the mound. Fouls that one away. 1-1. I'm glad Everest will have nice weather for their road trip over to Eau Claire. Carson Park is a great venue for baseball, one of our favorite places to visit. It's funny, I've said this before. Carson Park, a baseball game in late April, was the coldest high school event that I ever did. It was in the low 30s when we started playing. We're outdoors. That is funny. The hottest outdoor event was a football game in August over in Marshfield. A ball and a strike to Nate Langban. Beg your pardon, 2 balls and 1 strike here. With 2 outs, trying to pick up a runner at second base. Just wide. 3-1. Andrew Cotter awaits on deck. He's 0 for 2 today. Need a hit to the outfield to bring the run in. The 3-1 pitch with 2 outs. Here it comes. Nope, pitcher steps off. Ty Reckner will reset. Checked his swing. Cost him a strike, 3-2. Wow, on every appeal to the infield umpire so far today, the ruling's been no, hasn't gone. Until then. Now the count goes full. Preston Miller's the runner at second. Good speed. Nate Langban at the plate. Chance to help himself. Inside, ball 4. So a long inning continues. Evergreens will ask for a courtesy runner for Nate Langban. Popping out of the dugout and going down to first base, Logan Sherrick, Jr.
Courtesy runner 19, Logan Sherrick.
And now a conference at the mound. Let's see if we're taking the baseball away from Ty Reckner. Yes, they are. Relief pitcher comes in with the Evergreens taking the lead here 2-1 in the bottom of the fifth, and the inning's not over yet. Runners at first and second. We'll introduce you to the new pitcher when we come right back on Zaleski Sports.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
We said we're growing, and we are. Come join the Crystal Finishing family. We're looking for experienced industrial maintenance mechanics, CNC fabricators, all driver positions for our freight team, as well as skilled and general production. We know the importance of a work and life balance. Our shift options and flexible schedules set us apart. Our pay ranges from $17 to $43 per hour depending on your skill level. We're proud to be a family-owned company that is committed to our community, team members, and the growth of our business. Call or jump on our website to learn more.
We're back at Simon Field, where SPASH has still not gotten through the bottom of the fifth inning. The Evergreens have pushed 2 runs across with the benefit of 1 hit and 2 walks. Run came in on Preston Miller's fielder's choice. Put the ball in play, runner scored from third, and then a wild throw from the pitcher went to the backstop and allowed the second run to come in. Ty Rechner could be the losing pitcher, and he's responsible for the 2 runners still on base. Jackson Stetler completes his warm-up tosses. Here comes Andrew Cotter.
Catcher 24, Andrew Cotter.
I'm Chris Conley. Entertaining baseball game. Pitchers duel for sure. And the Evergreens finally on top. Cotter bats lefty to lefty. Strike 1. SPASH may have called on Jackson Stetler because they want the lefty-to-lefty matchup to try and end this inning. SPASH will have 9, 1, and 2 in their batting order due to hit when we go to the top of the 6th. 0-1 pitch. Popped up to left field. Calling and catching is Jackson Fox, and just takes 2 pitches for Jackson Stetler to bring the inning to an end. But the game's got a different look now. The Evergreens pushed 2 runs across, and we'll go to the top of the 6th. Now it's DC Everest 2, SPASH 1 on Zaleski Sports.
When the last thing you need to happen does. One of our 16 mobile service trucks from Sherrill Tire and Service Center can keep you rolling and growing. Sherrill Tire and Service Center, your locally owned farm tire specialist.
Sherrill Tire and Service, keep growing and rolling with us.
Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
Grassland Dairy Products is your match for an exciting new career today. Go to Grassland.com to see the opportunities waiting for you. Browse through careers like CDL truck driver, shipping and receiving, line tech, quality assurance, forklift, maintenance tech, inventory associates, and more. Great compensation, weekly pay, and 0 premium company-paid health, dental, and life. Apply now at Grassland.com or in person at Grassland Dairy Products, Fairground Avenue, just south of Greenwood.
The top of the 6th is on, and SPASH has not had a base runner since the first inning. And now they trail 2-1 as the Evergreens get 2 across in the bottom of the 5th. I'm Chris Conley, so SPASH has 6 outs to work with. And another inning of work for Nate Langbin, who's been great today. We're brought to you by Heartland Farms. No one knows potatoes in Wisconsin quite like Heartland Farms. With roots in Amherst, now based in Hancock, it's a 5th-generation potato and vegetable farm, producing many varieties of chipping potatoes, currently farming 27,000 irrigated acres and growing. Learn more about the best in the potato business online at heartland.farm. That's heartland.farm. Caleb Myers struck out his first time. Again, boy, as Nate Langbin, he's been a case study in how to buckle down, and starts off Meyer with a strike. Yeah, facing the number 9 hitter. Want a challenge here. Fly ball to right. With the beat on it there is Jace Versamak, and there's the first out. Jake is sure-handed.
Left fielder, 12. Jackson Fox.
Jackson Fox led off the game with a hit. In fact, he hit the first pitch that he saw, came around to score. Stole second. Moved up. He's first ball swinging there. Fouled that back. Yeah, SPASH is a good offensive team. This shows you the quality of Nate Langman. They haven't been able to do anything with the Everest right-hand junior. And this ball is going to fall just behind second base. Jackson Fox got himself on. He's the tying run after Nate Langman had retired 16 in a row.
9.
Here's Cale Roth.
Cale Roth.
Evergreens are playing in at third, thinking that Cale Roth may be asked to bunt here. The bunt is not on, and that's a little outside. Nate Langman looked in and peered like he thought that was a strike. Well, if SPASH is not going to bunt, they're assuming that they'll get 2 hits or an extra base hit off of Nate Langman to bring that runner around. There's the low strike that evens things up, 1-1. The first pitch was better than the second in this sequence, but we're still at the same spot. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Fouled back, a ball and 2 strikes. It's the first time in forever that Nate Langman's had to work with traffic on the bases. Yeah, hits have been hard to come by today. Checks the runner at first. Now set. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Down low, 2-2. Bennett Klisch, reliable bat for the Panthers, awaits on deck.
This battery lasted like 5 minutes.
Athletic Director Mike Matthews has just come up to the press box and he heard his first complaint. He was here for 30 seconds. That'll be a lesson of where not to go for the rest of the baseball season. 2-2 here. And this is put in play. That is a foul ball down the third base side. That ball gets into the corner. Could have gotten the run all the way around. Instead, we'll stay at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Cale Roth has one of the other SPASH hits. He's 1 for 2 today. One out and a runner on first. That represents the tying run in this game if Stevens Point can bring him around. Outside, full count.
Oh, sure.
The look of this inning changes depending on what Cale Roth does right here. Does he reach or is he an out? Runners going, hit and runs on, and second baseman bobbles it. Everyone safe. On to first, not in time. Yeah, it's an error. The shortstop, Soppy, had that ball in his glove and it popped out. So there's no out recorded. It's the Evergreens' first error of the inning. And with 1 out, there are runners on first and second. Coach Dave Langman now comes out to the mound. Again, high school baseball, you get to huddle up the entire infield. So with 1 out and runners on first and second, you get to talk about how you'd like to play this. I don't think there's anyone other than Nate Langman who the Evergreens would want throwing in this spot. Looking down, and indeed there is no action in the Everest bullpen. So this conference is going to be broken up quickly, I believe.
Point guy took a fair amount of time in the beginning. He doesn't even didn't have man on, other than the first.
No pitching change. So, I mean, you want to win a game like this, you got to earn it. Got to get an out here. Bennett Klisch, one of the best bats in the SPASH lineup. All right, ready to go with one out. Runners at first and second. Klisch checked his swing, fouled it off. Home plate umpire, while the Evergreens were out conferencing at the mound, looked like he logged someone into the game, but I don't think there's been any change for the Everest defensive lineman. 0-1 to Klisch, who has 2 groundouts so far in the game. Fouled off down the first base side. That is Jake Versimak in right field, who went over to take a look. First and second, and the last hit ball by Cale Roth. The Evergreens should have recorded at least one out and didn't. Down low. A ball and 2 strikes. Langman looks in. He's got to 2 strikes in this sequence. Coming home to Bennett Klisch. Checked his swing. Runner's going to try and take an extra base, and he is. Pitch was in the dirt. That's got to be a wild pitch. So with 1 out, the tying run moves to third base. And the Evergreens will keep the infield back in the spot. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, Nate Langman's won all of his battles in this game. Got to win this one. Trying to make a 2-1 lead stand up. 2-2 pitch to center field. Going back, making the catch is Preston Miller, but it's deep enough to get the run in. The game's going to be tied. A sacrifice fly for Bennett Klisch. 2-2 game.
Catcher, 1.
2 outs now.
Deacon Kovac.
Give SPASH a lot of credit. Down 2-1, battled right back. Got the game tied 2-2. Deacon Kovac is 0 for 2. Still got a runner on first base with 2 outs. So the Evergreens' 1-run lead, that's a little frustrating, was short-lived. Runner is going to throw down to second. Ball's there in time, but pops out of the shortstop's glove, Soppy. So there's the go-ahead run, now in scoring position. Back at home plate, a ball to Deacon Kovac, who now can give SPASH the lead with a hit to the outfield. Coming home, that's outside. 2 balls, no strikes. One of the few times that Langman's been behind in the count all day. He's trailing 2-0 here. There's a strike, 2-1. Kobach was the starting catcher last year for SPASH. He's solid behind the plate. Two outs as Everest is looking to end the top of the 6th inning. Hit to second, and an error is going to let the run come in. Goes under McDonald's glove, and SPASH retakes the lead 3-2. 2 errors in the inning, and SPASH has taken full advantage.
Right fielder.
Inning continues. Braylon Nystrom. Yeah, 2 errors in this inning. So you're asking Nate Langbin to really get 5 outs. 2 errors in the inning, you're almost always giving up runs. What had been a 2-1 Everest lead has turned right back to Stevens Point's favor. SPASH leads 3-2. There's strike 1. It's almost inconceivable that Nate Langbin went through a stretch of this game where he retired 16 batters in a row and he could be the losing pitcher. Wins and losses really are no longer a good way of measuring how good a pitcher is. It's some other metric. Bounced off the plate, foul up the third base side. No balls, 2 strikes. Right, I mean, Nate Langbin is one of the best pitchers in the conference. He just is. And could be charged with a loss today. Oh, 2 with 2 outs. Runners going, pitches outside. Evergreens are going to throw down anyway, safe. Well, if you're the Evergreens, you can't fall any further behind here in the top of the 6th. And with 2 outs, another runner's in scoring position. Counts a ball and 2 strikes to Braylon Nystrom. Swing and a miss. That brings the inning to a close, but 2 errors bring in 2 runs for SPASH, and Stevens Point retakes the lead. We're going to the bottom of the 6th. Can the Evergreens rally again? They now trail 3-2 on Zaleski Sports.
When the last thing you need to happen does. One of our 16 mobile service trucks from Sherrill Tire and Service Center can keep you rolling and growing. Sherrill Tire and Service Center, your locally owned farm tire specialist.
Sherrill Tire and Service, keep growing and rolling with us.
Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
Grassland Dairy Products is your match for an exciting new career today. Go to Grassland.com to see the opportunities waiting for you. Browse through careers like CDL truck driver, shipping and receiving, line tech, quality assurance, forklift, maintenance tech, inventory associates, and more. Great compensation, weekly pay, and 0 premium company-paid health, dental, and life. Apply now at Grassland.com or in person at Grassland Dairy Products, Fairground Avenue, just south of Greenwood.
Welcome back. Jackson Stetler ready to work to the Evergreens in the bottom of the 6th inning. Everest trails again by a run, 3-2. 7, 8, and 9 to hit for the Evergreens. Jake Versamak, Noah Shimolewski, and Pearson McDonald. I'll give you the pitching line on Ty Retschler. Retschler worked 4 2/3 innings. He will not figure in the decision. 2 runs, one of them was earned, 4 hits. Struck out 4 and walked 3. Ty Retchner was good today. It was Jackson Settler who came in, got the final out. Josh Opiola, who was the winning pitcher on Tuesday, is now playing first base for SPASH. Jake Versimak has walked and singled, so he's yet to be retired today. First pitch is down low. Umpire needs to reload the ball bag, and he has. There is a strike to Versimak, 1-1. Bottom of the 6th, though it's the Evergreens with 6 outs to work with and 1 run defined. And that's away, 2 balls and 1 strike. We are sponsored by Ag Country Farm Credit Services, a farmer-owned cooperative offering a wide array of custom financing and financial services. Loans, leases, crop insurance, tax, and records, they have you covered. Strike 2, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Contact Ag Country, Wausau, Stevens Point, Marshfield, and Medford. Two balls, 2 strikes. The Evergreens looking to get the tying run aboard. Versimak takes that low. Count is full. Jackson Settler faced only 1 batter in the 5th inning. Got Andrew Cotter to fly out to left to bring the inning to a close as the Evergreens had scored the 2 runs. But the 2-1 Everest lead was short-lived, now trailing 3-2 to SPASH. Coming home, hit past the shortstop. Jake Versimak has his 2nd hit today. Evergreens send Matt Rather up to hit here.
Matt Ruther pinch hitting.
Matt Ruther will hit in Noah Shimolewski's spot. So the Evergreens have the leadoff man aboard. Are they looking to sacrifice? Are they calling on Ruther to get the bunt down here? Let's see. Yes, he is. He offers, bunts, foul. So you're thinking to see Matt up in this spot, he must be one of the better kids at handling the bat for the Evergreens. Pearson McDonald awaits on deck. Had a hit his last time up, did Pearson. Late afternoon sun over the right field fence now. Matt steps out. Not sure what's making this a stumper. He's up there to bunt. Move the runner over. Squares, bunts, foul. So 2 chances to execute the bunt, and both have failed so far. The sacrifice is one of the weird situations in baseball that if you fail the first 2 times, you almost get rewarded. You get to hit away with 2 strikes. That's high and away. Throw down to first, safe, just barely. Versimak was almost caught too far away from the bag. Can't have that. A ball and 2 strikes. Hit to second, bobbled, and the play at first gets it out. Cale Roth did a good job staying with that. Not exactly what the Evergreens planned, but they did move the runner over to second base. So kudos for the contact there for Matt Rather.
Second baseman, 11. Pearson McDonald.
Well, here's a nice spot in this game because baseball's all about redemption. McDonald's got an error at second base that lets SPASH take the lead. He'll hit now and try and tie the game up. 1 out, runner at second. Late swing, foul down the third base side. Mack is 1 for 2 today. Evergreens trail by a run again. Waiting on an 0-1 pitch. Down low. Whitetail Properties says for the best in recreational or hunting land in Wisconsin, call Brian Roush with Whitetail Properties. Share your goals. Brian can tell you where and how to make them happen. Call 715-213-4468. 715-213-4468. On the inside corner, a strike. Oh, look, some Zaleski Sports swag has just arrived for Mr. Conley.
Looks like you might need it.
Cha-ching. Evergreens trying to tie this game again. Battling back after a brief held 2-1 lead. Hit to third, eats up the third baseman and goes through. The Evergreens will hold that runner at third base. Bad hop there. I'm of generous spirit, and I like to see kids get hits. I'm scoring that as a hit for Pearson McDonald. Early season field conditions.
Shortstop, 6.
Here's Kyler Soppe, guy the Evergreens would want to have up in this spot. First and third. Evergreens love their double steal in this spot. Only 1 out, tying run 90 feet away. Swing and a miss. Soppe takes a big rip. Sacrificed his last time, a walk and a strikeout. Long set, coming home. Inside out swing, fouled back. Soppe's up to 2 strikes. Yeah, I'm going to put my new Zaleski Baseball Sports hat on in between innings. Look like I belong here. Oh-2. Coming home. Ball is in play to right field, and it's down. The Evergreens are going to tie this game. A runner coming to third, safe. That's a big hit for Kyler Soppe. Soppe brings in a run, ties us at 3-3, and there's still only 1 out. And the Evergreens still have runners at first and third.
Third baseman,
Soppe delivers the RBI.
Logan George.
Can the Evergreens twist this game around again?
Yeah, no, I don't know how to run this. I'm only guessing.
Up here in the press box, we are being reminded again this season that the Everest scoreboard is just an electronic box of tricks. Unforgiving. And now catcher Deacon Kobach will come out to the mound for a conference with Jackson Stetler. That's McDonald, the runner, at third, and Kyler Soppy at first. Again, coming into the thinking that the Evergreens may try the double steal here, Soppy's got good speed at first base. Spash brings the infield in. Logan George to hit. First ball swinging, fouls it back. George today has walked, struck out, and flied out to right, so officially 0 for 2. And with the game now tied 3-3, Spash is looking to cut down the run at home plate. No balls and a strike. Outside. Delayed steal, and they won't throw down. Soppy will take second base. So with runners at second and third, the mission is simple for Logan George here. Hit the ball, get 2 runs in. Logan George with a long look down at third base coach Dave Langman. Only 1 out, ball and a strike. Coming home, it's up high. Preston Miller waiting in the on-deck circle, put the ball in play, fielder's choice, got the Evergreens their lead. Go-ahead run came home on a throwing error to the plate. Two balls and a strike. Fouled back. What Logan George really needs here is to shorten up on that swing and make contact. Right, with the infield drawn in, you don't need a blast that goes to the wall. You need a ball that's put in play between one of these infielders. Get the Evergreens the lead and perhaps an insurance run with runners at second and third. Let's see if Logan George is on the same page with your friendly broadcaster. Waiting on a 2-2 pitch. Fouls that back. And why this is the big at-bat for Logan George is if Logan is retired, then they can play the infield back with 2 outs for Preston Miller. Things have become much easier for Jackson Stetler, the Spash relief pitcher. If the Evergreens can take the lead here, Spash comes to their final at-bat in the top of the 7th next. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Fly ball to right. Will the Evergreens try and tag and score? Yes, they will. The throw to the plate is offline. The run scores. The Evergreens take the lead back 4-3. I would score that a sacrifice fly. Logan George brings in Pearson McDonald, and the Evergreens have the lead back 4-3.
Preston Miller.
Trail runner advanced from second to third. So that's Soppy now at third base. Inside out swing, and it's through. The Evergreens will get an insurance run. Preston Miller makes it 5-3.
Designated hitter, 13, Caden Bankston.
You know, the Evergreens have had such bad luck against Spash over the years. You almost want more runs. Like a vampire, you got to drive a stake through the heart, right? It's 5-3 now. First pitch to Caden Bangstrom, who's got 2 hits today, fouls it off.
Cubs are down 8-0 on Tuesday and won 14-9. There you go. Sorry guys, I'm a Cubs fan. Chris knows that.
No balls, 1 strike here. Inside out, foul back. No balls, 2 strikes. Jackson Stettler's trying to end the inning here, but the Evergreens have pushed 3 more across.
I wish it was there. Yeah? Well, you were alive. Oh, I was there and I was watching the whole thing. Long game, but it was certainly worth it. Yep.
Coming home, that's away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Looking ahead to now the critical top of the 7th, because SPASH is going to need runs to keep the game going. 6, 7, and 8 in their batting order due to hit. Ben Fonte, Max Kruger, and Carl Beekler. Runners going, and the Evergreens are trying to get into a rundown. Calling it a balk. Yep. Preston Miller advances to second base on a balk. No one fully understands the balk rule. If I were to show you lots of video and tell you balk or no balk, a lot of umpires don't know either. It depends on whether Cowboy Joe West is working the game or not. No one called more walks than Joe West. More balks, rather. Fly ball on the infield. It's in foul territory. Catcher makes the catch, Deacon Kobach. But it's now the last call for SPASH as the Evergreens get 3 runs in. We'll go to the top of the 7th, 5-3 when we come back on Zaleski Sports.
3 runs, 4 hits.
At Express Employment Professionals, we place people from all walks of life in all kinds of jobs.
No, I'll go down. That's fine.
Hi, welcome to Express. Please sign in and have a seat.
Great, thanks. Great, thanks. Great, thanks. Great, thanks.
What Heartland Farms is a large potato and vegetable operation. Who Heartland Farms is a group of hardworking, dedicated people who have a common vision.
Heartland Farms is an accumulation of individuals who came from family farm backgrounds, grew up on family farms, and now have come together as one larger team to own and manage a much larger farm enterprise.
In high school baseball, we play 7 innings, and this is the top of the 7th. SPASH retook the lead 3-2, then the Evergreens answered with 3 runs. It's a 5-3 game. And SPASH sends Ben Fonte up to lead off against Nate Langbin. Langbin will bid for a complete game. His pitch count is 79. You get to throw 100. In fact, Coach Dave Langbin just up here to check the pitch count. Ball 1 up high. Yeah, Nate has not issued a walk today, and no time to start now. There's a strike, 1-1. In fact, Nate's been a battler all game. Swing and a miss. Ball and 2 strikes. You know, towards the end of last inning, again, he gave up 2 runs, had a couple of errors committed behind him. I thought that Nate was kind of running out of steam. Hopefully he finds a little more and closes this thing out. Ahead, a ball and 2 strikes. Swing, and there's strike 3. Waiting to see if Fonte got a piece of that or not. He didn't.
Third baseman.
7 strikeouts for Nate Langbin.
Max Kruger.
Max Kruger is 0 for 2 today. Boy, wins against SPASH for Everest have been so rare over the years, there'll be a big celebration. We'll be down on the field, however this one comes to an end. First ball swinging, fouled off, a strike. Krieger is grounded out to the left side both times. I don't know, I'm styling in my light blue Zaleski Sports baseball hat. That's a little high, not by much. 1 ball and 1 strike. You know, when we did the games on the radio, I printed out my own press pass, completely unofficial. Just said my name and had the station's logo on it. And it would get me in anywhere. There's strike 2, 1 ball and 2 strikes. I mean, I could have put like Grand Poobah on it, and I think I would have gotten in anywhere. 1-2. That's away, 2 balls and 2 strikes. SPASH needs a couple of base runners, trailing by 2 runs. Boy, that extra run that the Evergreens pushed in. And there is strike 3 called. Strikeout number 8 sends Max Kruger back to the bench.
Shortstop, 6. Carl Beekler.
SPASH down to their final out. Boy, I'd love to see this go Nate Langben's way. He's pitched so well today. Langben's allowed only 3 hits. Down low and not by much. Langben's allowed just 3 hits. Outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Now you hope that Nate knows that he's at the bottom of the batting order. This is the number 8 hitter, so you want a challenge here. That's up high, 3-0. SPASH 2 hits in the first inning and just 1 hit in the 6th, but 2 errors in the 6th inning produced a couple of runs. And there's a 2-out walk. First that Nate Langben has allowed.
First baseman, 17.
And now we'll have a conference at the mound before Josh Opelia takes his turn at bat. And Opelia did not hit in the game Tuesday. I mean, what Nate Langben wants to do here is you want to keep that tying run in the on-deck circle. You got 2 outs, bidding to end the ball game.
First baseman, 17. Josh Opiola.
Josh was the winning pitcher Tuesday. Runner on first. Strike 1 to Opiola. I think the Evergreens be very satisfied splitting their 2 meetings with SPASH this year. That's what the Evergreens are bidding for here. That's outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. There are 2 outs with the Evergreens up by 2 in the 7th. It's the last call for the Panthers. Down low, 2-1. You know, again, with that 2-run lead, Langben can challenge in this spot. No walks here. Ball is hit to center field. It's a hit. SPASH has 2 aboard here in the 7th inning. I told you, closing out these games is never easy. Tying runs on base now for Jackson Fox, who is 2 for 3.
Left fielder, 12. Jackson Fox.
Fox has scored 2 of the 3 SPASH runs. Yeah, it is never easy against Stevens Point. And I think that Nate Langben is up against his pitch count in this spot. And I think the Evergreens have to make a pitching change here. Yes. Well, let's see. Here in the press box, what do we have as the pitch count? .96, which means that Nate Langben technically could still pitch to Jackson Fox. If the game continues, the Evergreens would need another pitcher. making sure that everyone's agreeing on the pitch count, and I believe that we do. Yeah, Nate Langman still got the baseball. No, is this someone else? This is Noah Shimolewski.
New pitcher Noah Shimolewski.
Nate Langman could still be the winning pitcher here if Noah Shimolewski, a senior, can get the final out here. So Nate Langman pitches 6 2/3 innings. 4 hits. Still responsible for the 2 runners on base. Allows 3 runs. Only one of them is earned. Nine strikeouts, 1 walk. Again, you can just tell Noah Shimolewski is a notch or maybe 2 down from the velocity of Nate Langman. And SPASH, with 2 outs, has reached the top of their batting order. Here's Jackson Fox. All right, righty Noah Shimolewski. Let's see what he brings to the party here. The Evergreens need 1 out to secure the victory. Runners at first and second. First ball swinging, and it's to third base. Stepping on the bag. Foul ball. Foul ball by inches. If that's fair by less than a foot, the ball game is over. Home plate umpire has that call and was sure voiced on it. So it's a strike to Jackson Fox. Fox has done a lot of first ball swinging in this game. And that ball is hit through foul. We're looking right into the sun in right field. That's a hard look for us here in the Simon Field press box. No balls, 2 strikes. Two outs, 0-2 pitch. Can Noah Shimolewski end it here? Coming home. And it's a ground ball to second. On to first, and the Evergreens have defeated Stevens Point. Final score is 5-3. The Evergreens trailed twice in this game, battled back. Noah Shimolewski gets the save, retiring 1 out. Congratulations to the DC Everest Evergreens. Evergreens 5 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors. SPASH 3 runs, 4 hits, 2 errors. SPASH had a 1-0 lead forever in this ball game.
For the Evergreens, 5 runs, 7 hits, 1 error, 8 left, winning.
Evergreens took a short-lived lead by pushing 2 runs across in the 5th. It was 3-2. SPASH battled back and took the lead back in the 6th before the Evergreens added 3 runs. The insurance run turned out to be big. Final score 5-3 today. Be down on the field, speak with a happy Coach Dave Langman, and maybe we can get the winning pitcher Nate Langman over for a word or two in post-game coverage. And the Evergreens win 5-3 against Stevens Point. Post-game coverage is next, brought to you by Nasonville Dairy. Nasonville Dairy with fresh cheese curds made daily. Get your curds at Nasonville Dairy, Marshfield, Curtis, or NasonvilleDairy.com. Thank you for joining us for our play-by-play coverage today. I'm Chris Conley. Again, post-game on-the-field interviews continue next on Zaleski Sports.
Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on US Highway 10, NasonvilleDairy.com. All right, so we're here with Kim Hyman. Kim, Nasonville Dairy, 125 years in the making. Tell us about that.
You know, it's fantastic. It was the first plant built in Wood County back in 1885. Sal Nason and his family came here, and they started a small dairy plant. Eventually that plant burnt down, but then they rebuilt onto this same facility, and our family moved here in the late 60s in 1968 and took it over from there, and it's been just a fantastic growth. Great community, great people we have working for us. Oh, it's an open market. It's huge. You know, the opportunity for the diversity in the cheese industry is fantastic, and you have to be that way in order to sell a lot of product. And so we've got a great group of people working on the research and development side for us. So it's been really fortunate for us. Oh, right. We have 185 farm families that market their milk through us here at Nasonville Dairy, and we are so lucky. We have like the best dairy farms in not only in central Wisconsin but in the United States marketing milk through us. So we're just really fortunate on that side.
Actually, we started in 1968. Our father brought us here from another cheese plant in Wisconsin. We had come from the cheese business. We've always been in the business. We had moved around the state in different parts. He brought us here about that time. The plant ran 7,500 pounds of milk at that time, and now runs about 1.5 million a day. So. We originally started out with making cheddar, and now we make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmers Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Friar, Seco, Parma, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cafflettieri, Cafla Graviera, as well as making some Gouda Edam and a little bit of Munster on occasion.
Love wins against SPASH.
Gotta love it.
Hey, can I have you on the other side?
All right.
We're going to get a thumbs up here. We're going to look right up there. Evergreens are winners 5-3 over Stevens Point in a game that went back and forth. SPASH had the lead for a long time in this game, and the Evergreens kept battling. I'm Chris Conley. Dave Langman and Nate Langman, our winning pitcher, join us for post-game coverage. Coach, I thought the team was resilient because you got the lead and then gave it back kind of fast, and then were able to take it back for a final time.
Yeah, I was really happy with the way we battled back. You know, you get ahead and then you get behind by one, and then a couple guys that struggled a little bit, they came up with the big hits in that inning to help us out, and that was huge. We didn't die. That was awesome.
I thought one of the things that I liked about this game, it was 1-0 forever, and it just seemed like that one run might have stood up. The team really had to work to get those runs across.
Yeah, we've been struggling hitting against SPASH. They're a good pitching team, obviously, and we've been working on it. But you know, the guys got to start believing in themselves and what they can do, and good things will happen. And we showed it can happen today.
Talk a little about Nate Langman's pitching. There was one stretch in the game he retired 16 in a row.
Yeah, you lead off with the first two hitters. They're a good hitting team. They're not going to back down to anybody. They got a great approach at the plate, and you give up 2 hits, give up a run in the first inning, and then you set down 60 in a row. You can't ask for anything more out of your starting pitcher than that.
Coach, congratulations on the win today. 5-3 is the final score. Let's spend some time with Nate Langman. Nate, how do you keep the frustration at bay when you give up that run early and it looks like getting the run back is going to be a challenge?
You know, you just got to refocus yourself and really focus on just controlling what you can control and staying in the game. And then, like I said, I came back and retired 16 straight batters, and that's what it was all about.
9 strikeouts and just 1 walk, so you made SPASH earn everything today. Tell me a little bit about the team, because this is a nice turnaround game when the team didn't play all that well on Tuesday at Stevens Point.
Hey, you know, we're a really young team, and we had 2 options. We could either back down or we could come back and respond like we did today, and I think we did exactly what we needed to do. This was a must-win game for us, and we did just that.
So, satisfied with the split against Stevens Point?
Yes, very.
Right, because if you lose both, you just feel like you're chasing that extra game the entire season, and now you're not in that spot. So you're off to a really good start. I thought the velocity was good. Tell me, what's the step forward from when we saw you younger to now that you pitch in your junior year?
You know, I've been in the weight room a lot. I've put on some good weight and just continue to work hard, throw every day I can, and then results will come out on the field.
Just visibly, you look bigger than when I saw you a year ago, so that's nice that the work off the field is paying off. Congratulations today.
Oh, no.
All right, repeating our final score, it's 5-3. DC Everest rallies again and beats SPASH at Simon Field in their home opener. I'm Chris Conley. Thanks for joining us on Zaleski Sports. Nate, do you know what you do for the highlights?
Do I know what I got to do?
Yeah, you
look up there and say, my name's Nate Langben and I'm in the house, right?
Right, that's right.
All
There you
right.
go.
My name's Nate Langben and I'm in the house.
Very good. Thanks a lot, Nate. You were great today.
Thank you so much, Mr. Conley.
Congrats on the way, man. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
You were wearing that splash, didn't you?
A little bit, but not much.
Is that water or Gatorade? Water.